Hey guys, it's Friday. I don't really have the energy to make a whole Sunday NFL prediction video. I will be talking about the Colts tomorrow once we know more about the injuries of Jonathan Taylor, Richardson. Maybe you already know by the time this video is out. I'll probably be working, whatever. I also don't really have a feeling about the game yet. I haven't thought about it yet. So today at work, I'll be thinking about it, pondering it, whatever. And I'll make that prediction probably like 5 in the morning, right, tomorrow when I get off work. So let's go back to the Pacers. This is a team that will start basketball the 23rd. Preseason starts on the 8th. So I thought, let me get this out before preseason, before any basketball of this team has been played. And guys, the reason I love the Pacers is because they're the island of misfit toys, right? From Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Every single player is from another place, mostly, other than like, right, Miles Turner, other than like Jarace Walker, Ben Shepherd, because they just got drafted here, right? And one of those newest additions that I think is going to thrive with the team is James Wiseman. I don't think James Wiseman has been let to play his game yet. I think everybody tries to mold him into something maybe he's not. What's great about the Pacers is they let the player play their role. Whatever that role is they want to be, right? You got McConnell. He wants to play like a pest, and he wants to drive to the bucket and shoot. You know what we let him do? Those two things. You have Nesmith. You know what Nesmith wants to do? He wants to draw charges, play defense, and dunk on people. Do you know what Nesmith does? He draws charges, he dunks on people, plays contact, right? Shoots threes. He loves shooting threes, right? Obi Toppin. What does Obi Toppin like to do? Catch lobs, right? Bam. But guess what? When we let him play his game, he also became better at the three-point line. He also became a better defender. So the team changes players back to the way they want to play basketball. That's what makes the Pacers so dangerous. Last year, I sat here and I told you guys the Pacers were going to be the 6th seed in the East, and they were going to make trouble for the East in the playoffs. And they did exactly that. Going to the Eastern Conference Final, blowing everybody's proportions out of the water. I'm here to tell you this right away. As much as I love the Pacers and am high on them, it is a tougher East this year. There will be less injuries, which, yes, did have effect on the playoffs. So, here's how I see the season going. 50-32, number 4 seed in the East. Therefore, having home court advantage throughout the playoffs. I think whoever they play first round, they will get past, and they will lose in the second round. It'll probably be a 6 or 7 game series they lose in the second round, but do expect a little bit of a drop-off. And don't see that as an issue exactly, because, again, this team's together for 4 more years. I made a video a while back when Siakam got signed to the Pacers again. I had said, Pascal Siakam signed for 4 more years. Watch all the other contracts. And what happened? Excuse me, what happened with all the other contracts? 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years. Do you guys know why? It's because Halliburton was signed for 5 years before the year last year. So now you got 4 years of Siakam, 4 years of Nembhard, 4 years of Halliburton, 4 years of McConnell. Bing, 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 bing. They're locking in these pieces because they're going for a championship. But sometimes that's a process, right? I'm not saying trust the process, but I'm saying playoffs every year is great. If you miss the playoffs, no, that can't happen. But a 4 seed, you finally feel home court advantage. And truthfully, with home court advantage, the Pacers might mess around and make the finals. I'm not kidding you. This team is different. They have an identity, which an identity is huge. You have an identity, you have greatness in any sport, right? For example, that's why the Colts are getting better, because now they have an identity of run the ball down the person's throat, hang your hat on the O-line and the D-line. Okay, so trenches. Trenches basically is the Colts' identity, being good in those, right? What makes the Pacers great is offense. And sometimes that is also their kryptonite. Having too good of an offense, they don't play defense great. But as you saw in the playoffs, Pacers can play some very good defense. They just need to do it during the regular season. We will see. I'm expecting it from them. 50-32 is my record prediction. A lot of tough games in there. Some games that I'm predicting them to lose are those games that should be gimmies, right? Nets. I think they'll somehow lose to the Nets this year. They'll probably lose to the Spurs because they're in Paris for a game. That's freaking Victor Wembanyama's home. So, a lot of interesting games in that, but I'm really expecting them to beat some of the big dogs. I'm expecting them to split the series of the Bucks, not dominate them as much as they did last year. I'm expecting them to split the series with the Knicks. I think the Knicks are obviously a great team. We saw that. Philadelphia, I'm having them, I think, go 3-1 against. I'm not a huge believer in Philly. I do think they're a great team. I just think Indiana matches up very well. So that is my prediction for the Pacers. 50-32. Second round exit. A little bit sad in the playoffs, but a great season overall. Go Pacers. The Yes Sirs, which I don't really love. I like We Grow Basketball here. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, when we talk about the Pacers, it'll be in 2.5 weeks after the first game. I won't be able to see it all, but I'll watch highlights. F-back time. Ow!